Um, so, last week I was videoed talking about being disabled and one of the groups I was involved in, so that it could be shown to another group that's part of the same organisation that we have links with. So I was talking about what we did and about being disabled. And I've just today been shown the video that they were shown, which I already had been told was pretty good, and I don't know, I was pleased with it. And I kind of looked at it and thought, I think I'd like to blog that. But at the same time, I figured it's actually probably pretty boring, unless you knew about that group and where we're coming from and etc, etc. And also because probably a lot of people that read my blog already know about disability, so I can sit there and talk to you about how we're not all old, I'm 30 and blah blah blah. A lot of services that people suggest for me aren't suitable, and you know, we're all different. But hey, you guys know that, so I thought I would do a video about something else. But if I'm completely honest, I couldn't really say what I'm going to talk about because I didn't particularly think about it before I pressed record, which I probably should have done if we're honest. So yeah, I've had a few really interesting conversations lately, not just about being disabled, but partly. And one of the things that's come about, or come up rather, is how much more I've been doing, which is true, but at the same time I think the people there aren't seeing the payback. So I think that's what I wanted to talk about was, yeah, you might see me or another wheelchair user or someone on crutches going to a meeting and doing this, that and the other and having a say, and then popping to Sainsbury's afterwards and grabbing a few bits of shopping. But then do you see the bit where they sit at home and think, I haven't got the energy to move, where they take a painkiller and sleep for 3 hours, or in the case of somebody I know today, she was perfectly fine on a meeting and then as we're leaving she went, I don't feel very well, and had to have an ambulance called because she'd had a seizure. I don't actually know the details there because I thought it best to leave the room and give her some privacy. But yeah. Or, for example, you might see me at sailing and on the water and taking part and hear that I've done this, that and the other in the competition, but what you might not see is that it's taken my dad to take the day off work to take me to the competition. It's taken a friend of mine leaving her kids for the afternoon to come out on the water with me. It's taken 2 volunteers to help manoeuvre me in and out of the boat. It's taken someone else to help get the boat on the water. I think that's what I've been trying to say when I've been talking lately about it takes a village, is, yes, I'm very independent, I do loads, but at the same time I do it because there are people there in the background that maybe I don't acknowledge or thank enough, saying, what can we do to help, can we make it happen, and if it wasn't for them, it probably wouldn't happen. So this is what I probably should have said to the person this afternoon that said, you're doing more. Yes, I am, but at the same time, she was talking about a trip I've got planning to go to London the week after next for a day. That's possible because I'm being reimbursed for my transport expenses, which means I can get a taxi all the way across London because the very next day, if I need it, the person in question will give me however much it costs back. And because I've had problems getting off of the trains lately, and First Great Western have agreed they're going to pay for me to get a taxi into London. So there are people in the background that are saying, we'll reimburse your travel if you go to that meeting. Right, you've had problems with the train, so we'll give you a taxi to get to that. You know, and there's the friend that's thinking she might pop and meet me in the evening in London. So, you know, she'd be around. And there's the bit where I'm keeping the next day pretty much free so that I can rest and I can sleep in and I can take it easy. and I'll have food ready that I can just grab. You know, I won't go home and make a meal. I'll have sandwich stuff. I might even, depending on how organised I am, get it ready. So I think what I'm trying to say is, think about what you're not seeing, because you're not seeing the full picture. And I think I've probably lost my point, but that's probably a good thing for the first disability type video I was planning to do, was talking about what you don't see and what goes on in the background. And I guess that I'm babbling around a lot, probably because I am very tired, and I will probably call it there. Talk to you later. Bye.